K-Mack in the building, Comedienne Kmack in the building. I'm pretty sure some of y'all already know who this is, but just in case you didn't, we're gonna get to know her a little bit tonight. So please, K-Mack, tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe what you do when you got started, and
hmm
we'll go from there.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be on the show. I'm excited, so thank you for having me today. My name is Comedienne Kmack, your comedian with the big heart who gets the big laughs, and I'm right here from Wilmington, Delaware. So that's an honor for me because everywhere I go, I represent Wilmington, Delaware. How I got started, I always tell people I did not choose comedy. Comedy chose me, which is why I've been doing it professionally now for 16 years. And even with that, it's still weird. It's still weird because this is not anything that I chose to do. But I am a prime example is that when God has a calling on your life and when there's doors that's open for you, you have to be obedient and you have to walk through it. So I'm an example of obedience. This is my ministry to make people laugh. And everywhere that I go, I plant the seed, regardless if I'm in a church or in a club, that Jesus loves you. My message is the same no matter where I am. So I got started in 2010, right? Uh, a girlfriend of mine, Chanel Seibert, shout out. She was running the singles ministry for Ezon Fair Baptist Church. And she had this cafe called Exclusively God's Cafe. And she had a comedy show for the singles ministry. And she said, Kadrina, I want you to do 5 minutes off the top. And I said, 5 minutes of what? And she said, I just want you to go up there and just talk. Like, sis, you funny. No matter what you say. Like, and I say, you say that because you're my friend. But how do you stand in front of people that you don't know and try to make them laugh? And that was my biggest concern. And in school, I was never the class clown. You know what I mean? I did my work. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make me feel good to be like hooping and hollering and looking dumb in front of people. Not saying comedians look dumb. I don't want to take it out of context, but I don't intentionally be like trying to make people laugh. It's just that I tell my stories, so I consider myself a storyteller, and people just happen to laugh off of the things that I've experienced, which maybe they've experienced too, and they can find a common denominator, and then we can all laugh together. So it took me some time to accept that you're a comedian, whether you like it or not. Because I thought it was a one time thing. I really did. I was like, I'm going to do this for her because she would not let up. She would not let up. But glory be to God, how much God used her because this comedy thing has changed my life. I'm now traveling the country. I met my husband through this. I'm sharing the stage with people that I've admired on television for years who are now in my phone. I can call friend. I've won multiple awards, performed on cruise ships. Like it's endless. God has opened so many doors for us. And so that's how I got started. Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded, but
Oh no, that was good. And I can really tell like you're really a good storyteller. So I enjoyed that. Like, I'm like, do you got a book out? If not, you might want to write one.
yeah, I do. Actually, I'm a part of an anthology. I don't even know where it's at because I wasn't even planning on promoting nothing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was a part of a book a while ago, but I got to rewrite it because when I wrote it, I was single,
Mm.
and the chapter of my chapter was called "God's Purpose is Funny," right? And it was telling how I got into this situation, about the conflict I had with my purpose. And I was like, God, why am I here? I felt like I was just working to pay bills and nothing was really going for me. Like it was just the same circle over and over again. And I really didn't see my purpose in life. And that's when I went to a whole thing, and God dropped on me my spiritual purpose. And I feel like once I found out my spiritual purpose, everything else just fell in line. I can go anywhere and know why I'm there, and I will run into someone. I'm an intercessor, so I have to pray. I have to, I'll be put in certain situations, and I'll just haphazardly bump into somebody
Mm,
who will all of a sudden have a problem that I know now what to bring to the throne. So it just works so hand in hand in everything that I'm doing, that once I reached that level, it gave me such a sense of peace. I can walk into any room and know why I'm there. I don't have to try to fit in because I know why I'm there.
mm,
So it's the greatest feeling in the world to find out your spiritual purpose so that you can make a difference on this here natural earth, you
mm.
know.
Yeah, that's big. That's really big because we all are here on a mission,
Hmm.
to share the gospel, but also the way we do it is it's everybody's a little different. So I just really love that. And I did hear you said obedience. That is a big word. And I'm just curious because, especially when you're doing something you didn't really initially think of doing, you
Hmm.
said your friend mentioned this to you, like, hey, you should do this. Like, how do you keep going? Like, do you have like any scripture or Bible verses? I know you mentioned prayer. So, like, how do you keep going, keep doing what you're doing, even though it's something that you didn't necessarily think you would be doing?
Absolutely. I say scripture to myself all the time. Now I can't say I'm a guru, and I can say, like the one I know, John 3:16, for God so loved the world. I don't know them like that, okay? But I be quoting them to myself, because it's like when the word is in your heart, it will come up at the right time. So one, let me just put it like this: it is very hard to get on stage and be contractually obligated to make somebody else laugh when you don't feel like laughing yourself.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, how do I muster up enough strength to say stuff and give you all the joy in the world when I may not have joy that day? You see what I mean? That's difficult. And that's when I have to call, and that's in anything. How do you give customer service at work when you don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like you just like, I'm just not into this, but you dig deep and
Mhm.
you give that service, right? So that's what I have to do. I have to dig deep. And one of the scriptures I always say to myself is, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that riseth against me in judgment thou shalt condemn. For this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and his righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Right? That's one. Um, I'll always say I'm above and not beneath all things. You
Mm,
know, I'll speak that over my life. Oh God, there's so many things that I'll say to myself. Um, for thou hast not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. There's so many ways that I can dig deep. And like I said, I have to pray. So I try to stay in prayer. It's like drinking water for me at this point. I have to stay in God's presence. So all of the answers you will ever need, I found, is in God's face.
mm,
So I had to stay in God's face to Like, I feel like when I'm on stage, I take people on a little journey with me. You know what I mean? And it might be a little professional journey because I'm not all over the stage. I stay in one spot and I'm just talking to you. I may say something crazy off the wall. I don't know. I'll be like, just pray for me, okay? But for some reason, like, it works.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my goal because I had family members who were comedians when I first got started. And I was very intentional. I did not want to be disrespectful to the craft, thinking that just anybody can get up there, and do it because I had one good show. You know what I mean? My first time, I got a little standing ovation or whatever. And I was like, oh, sister could get used to this. You know what I'm saying? This is nice. This is nice. And when I got off stage, people were coming to me like, what's your information? Can you come to my church? And I'm like, seriously? Like, I didn't know nothing. I was green. Can you come to my church? And I was like, you playing? I was like, I wasn't doing nothing but talking. I didn't do nothing. They was like, but you was funny. And I was like, what? So the first 4 years, I hit it, right? I didn't promote. I didn't do nothing because I didn't think it would last this long.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting to get disappointed. I was like, okay, little 15 minutes of fame. I don't know what's going on, God. It's cool though, because I'll take the gas money because they was blessing me with gas money. So
Mm-hmm.
I like taking blessings. I said, okay, God, I'll take the gas money. But I said, as soon as this dies down, I'll go back to my regularly scheduled program. I still kept a day job. I didn't, and I was a single mom. So I couldn't afford to go to New York and go stage to stage to stage and go all in to try to pursue a dream because I didn't know it was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
It came out of the blue. I don't know how else to say it. Just imagine something just kind of hitting you out of left field and it's working. And you like, okay, I'm not going to jump off a moving train. So I'm going to wait till it slow down. And I'm going to just say 16 years later, it has not slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
It has been getting faster and faster and faster. And I said, okay, God, like, people are like, are you selling merchandise? Do you have a website? And I'm like, I didn't know I was going to be doing this. This is crazy work to me. So I said, okay, if I'm going to even try to pursue this further, let me try to take it serious, do it right. So I started going to a comedy conference, a Christian comedy conference called Living on Laughter Gospel Comedy Association. And that's where I met other like minded Christian comedians like myself who were not only some of the funniest individuals I've ever had the opportunity to share the stage with, but they were saved. And then they taught me at the conference, this is how you set up a joke. This is how you write. You then being saved on top of it. This is what we do. This is why what we do is a ministry. This is why your gift is so important. You have a charge. You are responsible for people. So be careful what you tell them and we're planting seeds, when we have the microphone. It was just deep. And I was like, wow. So I'm really learning. And that's when I really started trying to write more and cultivate, I guess, a gift that I had naturally that I didn't know that I had. But that's when I just start putting my stories together. And like I said, 16 years later, here I am at the hill. What?
Mm-hmm.
At
Right
the
on a
hill.
Thursday night,
On
August
August
6th.
6th. Okay.
That's
So
beautiful.
God gets all the glory. Can't nobody get any credit from any of this except for God.
Yes, and he's so good. And I'll tell you, your story, it reminds me of me hosting, because I remember, I like to rap, do poetry, things like that. Then my vocal coach was like, "Yeah, I got a hosting thing for you." I said, "You're not talking about me." You try to run away from, you might do it one time. You're like, all right, that's enough. And
Exactly.
then, boom, now hosting Holy Mike. But I do want to ask you while I have you,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm being a little selfish. I'm asking for myself, but also anyone else who's listening. Like, do you have any advice for, someone that's just starting off, doing this thing that they were gifted with? Like, I go up on stage and I'm literally just myself. And it's like, do you have any advice? It could be any kind of advice, something you wish you knew before, or just a little nugget for people just starting out, whether it's doing hosting or comedy, just being on a stage and having a mic and having a responsibility of planting seeds, or being careful what we say. Like, what advice would you give your younger self?
Absolutely. The things that I would whisper to my younger self is write every day, stay authentic, because can't nobody tell it like you, so the authenticness is what's going to get you far. Um, and another thing I would tell myself is don't be demanding if you're not in demand.
Hmm.
Stay humble. If you love what you do, then what God has for you is specifically and only for you. And can't nobody step into it except for you. So, and that is real. That is so real. And um, I would tell myself that, because the one thing you don't want to do is step into a blessing that you're not ready or prepared for and then lose it. So that's definitely the advice that I would give myself. Uh, if I could pass by and whisper, "Hey sis," or whatever. Yeah, those are like nuggets of wisdom I would drop, because those things worked for me. And consistency. If you love it, stay consistent.
That's important. I'm glad this is recorded. I'll say that, because I'm gonna have to keep going back to this. I gotta keep going back, because I'm like, yeah, I need to, stay consistent. Now we're gonna have you at Holy Mike, August the 6th, 7
Mm-hmm.
to 9 p.m. Eastern time at the Hill Church, 2900 North Van Buren Street,
Mm-hmm.
Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. And some people may have never heard. I've actually seen you at a show one time, maybe a couple times. I don't know. I've seen you do your work, and it's just amazing. Like you said, it's just like you're just talking to us, and it's hilarious. I love it. So for people who have never seen your work before, do you have a little bit of something to share? And if not, I do have rapid fire questions I can ask. So if you want to share something, this is the time to share, a little 60 seconds. But if not, I have some rapid fire questions.
Let's do the questions.
The
Let's do the
questions?
questions. Yeah.
All right, let's do the questions. All right. So since it's summertime, and these are just questions that help to get to know you a little bit,
Okay.
and your preferences. So since it's summertime, would you rather go to the beach, or you like to be at the pool?
At the pool.
At the pool?
Yeah. Put my
Yeah.
feet in because I can't get my weave wet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not get my weave wet.
All right. And so to stay cool, because it'll be hot outside. And
Uh,
sometimes you don't want to stay at home, but you want to go out and do something. So would you go on like a mall trip, or would you go to the movies?
Probably the mall, because if I go to the movies, I always fall asleep.
That's the best sleep. It's
That's
the
an automatic nap.
best.
I don't know what the movie be about. I'll be so excited, and then as soon as they turn the lights out, I'm the first one snoring.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
hear you. I've
I'm
been
no
there.
good. I'm no good at the movies. I'm the worst person to take to the movie.
Y'all hear that? Do not take her on a movie date, okay? Do not go to the movies.
Mm-mm.
All right. And to help stay cool, a nice little treat. Would you like ice cream or water ice?
Water ice, Rita's, mango.
Mango. Yes.
Mm.
Mango is like the best flavor. Or maybe Swedish fish is like a runner up.
Oh, my daughter, she loves that or cotton candy.
My nephew loves cotton candy. I'm like, I can't get with it. I
I
don't know.
can't get with it.
I
But
can't.
mango, I can rock all day. And one time I messed up because I like the lemon,
Mm,
but I would call myself trying to get a gelato. So
mm.
I put the gelato in the lemon and it started curdling. And I was like, makes sense. Milk and lemon don't go together.
Oh, it messed it
It
up.
started curdling in the cup.
Oh my goodness.
It was the worst. I was like, ew. So I just stick with mango.
Now you know that's a public service
Yeah,
announcement. Not get the lemon and the
that,
gelato.
that was crazy.
Yeah, and then this is kind of not really summertime, but I was just curious. Speaking on desserts, now would you like banana pudding or sweet potato pie? This is kind of like maybe like Thanksgiving.
Why can't I have both of those? Like, now, if you said pumpkin pie, I'll be like
Right.
banana pudding. But yeah, like banana pudding, sweet potato pie. I want tiramisu. I want
Mm,
cream brulee, but anything banana Foster is my friend.
there you go. See, I couldn't make it too easy with the pumpkin pie because I'm like, I already know. But sweet
Yeah,
potato pie,
because I like both of those. I can't choose between that. So knowing me, I would have both.
well, just a little bit is a little bit that.
Yeah, yeah, or a lot of bit of both.
That's true.
Just
That's
a
true.
little bit. Do I look like I have a little bit of anything?
I mean,
Lot of bit. Lot of bit.
a lot of bit of everything. Hey,
I'm
bit of
hungry. I'm hungry now. I might get something when we get off of here.
Well, look, I don't want to hold you up with your dinner and your treats. So this has been an awesome interview, and I'm super excited. We're in for a treat at Holy Mike on Thursday, and I was truly blessed by this interview. So thank you for taking the
I give a shout
time.
out.
Yes, go ahead and give out shout outs, and if you have anything coming up, and share your socials so
Oh
we
yeah.
can follow you.
Well, me and my husband, my amazing husband, we have a business together called Jazz and Jokes International. So my husband is a jazz musician. He's a composer. He plays the upright bass, and he teaches at Swarthmore College, right? So just he's amazing. He runs a jazz jam session in Philadelphia every Monday night at the Black Squirrel, and he will be hosting the jazz jam session at the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival tomorrow at the Wilmington Library from 10:30 to 12:30, no, 10 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. So if you're going to the jazz festival this week, shout out to the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival. Make sure you hit up the jazz jam session at the Wilmington Library, which is going to be led by my husband, Richard Hill Jr., right? So then Thursday, I'll be at the Hill. So I'm super looking forward to that. August 14th, I'll be in the Bronx, New York. We just got back from Los Angeles, where I performed at the Ha Ha Club. We just got back on July 25th. So that was amazing. Um, oh God, I do have shows, but a lot of shows, but you can follow us at my Instagram is K-Mack. That's Kmack, like the Mack truck. K-Mack Clean Comedy, right? And on Facebook, you can just hashtag, hey, K-Mack, and everything will pop up. You can Google me, everything will pop up. I'm on YouTube videos. You could check me out before Thursday. But if you just want to have a good time, and just rock with me, or if you've heard me before and you want to come to a free event, because you know most of my events are not free. So I suggest you take advantage of this right now for all the people who's asking, when the next time you're going to be in town? Well, I'm in town and I'm doing a free event. So I urge you to come on out and see me before you pay another $50 and $60 at my next show. All right? And I would just love to see you and hug your neck. So I love you. Everybody, thank you.
Well, y'all heard it, you guys. Comedian K-Mack is going to be at the Hill Church on Thursday. And like she said, it's a free event. So just come. We ask that you come and that you bring a friend. And if you don't have a friend, bring a smile, because I'm sure you will leave knowing somebody, meeting
Mm-hmm.
somebody there. So please don't be a stranger to us. Make sure you follow K-Mack and also follow the Hill Church. We're on Instagram now at Holy Mike underscore the Hill, I believe.
All right.
But other than that, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Can't wait till Thursday, and we'll see you guys soon. And with that, we're gonna say peace.
Peace. God bless you all. Have a good night.
Yes.